Hey everyone, Aaron here from AJ Adventures. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you following along. Pretty excited about today. We're finally getting to install the Long Ranger tank. So it's going to be it's an auxiliary fuel tank. It's an extra 70 liters of fuel. It's stored underneath, just on the other side of the drive shaft. So we're going to, I've already opened it up. You've already seen the kit. Now we're going to install it. So follow along. All right, so the first thing we're going to do with this is we're going to install the switch for it. Locating a spot to put the switch, sit yourself down in the driver's seat, and what I'm doing is I'm going to be putting mine, I'm going to see from my view here, I want mine to be blocked by the steering wheel so I don't see the light while I'm driving at night or anything. So I'm thinking right around here is good. I can't see that. I can just move to the side a little bit and I'll see it. Okay. Also, take the panel off the side. Looking behind, because down below here we have a speaker. They got this space up top here, so you want to keep it high up, so it's not going to be quite centered. Looking at right about here, I've been drilling a hole and putting a switch in. We got lots of room in the back for all the wiring harness and all that to stick in there. Okay, so as you can see here, switch is in. It's got to be a 20mm hole. I used a step bit, and I went one step at a time, checking it every time, and then trimmed out the plastic with an X-Acto knife. Went in there pretty good. And let's start wiring. Okay, so one thing I should tell you is before you go putting the switch into the hole, run the wires out through it so you can connect it easier, then slide it into place. Down underneath here, you're going to find this wire I cut here, pink wire with a white trace. That's a 12-volt power source. We're going to tap into that one for running the system. And it's just behind the plate that is underneath the steering wheel. All right, so right underneath here, there is a pink wire with white trace on it. I have spliced the red wire from the harness into that one. Now we just take the test light here, red, and that's our 12-volt power source for the tank.
Turn the key off.
Yep. Check it again. And nothing. Awesome. It's not going to drain the battery. All right, so now the electrical's all done, we're starting to work underneath. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the heat shrouds that go along the exhaust. One goes here, one goes over this little muffler, and then after that we'll start moving the evap canister. Alright, so here are the heat shrouds in. They come with all the hardware, U-bolts. It's a 13mm. Get them installed. And yeah, once we get the tank up in place, pretty sure they go on the side like that. I guess we'll see when it gets up there. Yeah. Alright, now that the heat shrouds are in, we've removed the tire. It's jacked up on a jack stand down there. We're going to take out this shroud here so we can get to all the fuel lines and stuff that are in there. Alright, so now it's time for the fun part. Got the tire off. Right in here. Get the light up there a bit better. Thanks, man. So you can see right there, 13mm bolt. That you got to take out. So what we're going to do, we're going to lower it down a little ways because you can't get it all the way out. We're going to lower it down as far as we can, and then we'll zip it off with like a Sawzall or something. All right, and we're not going to need this bracket after. I'm going to put in the new lines. Okay, so we're in the prep stage still. So I got this corner jacked up. We got the shroud taken out of it so we can get to the lines in there. Now we just pulled off the rear brake light here. You can see down inside there you got a bunch of fuel lines. So now we have full access at everything. Let's see what's next on the instructions. All right, I accidentally recorded that last bit in time warp. So what I just did is lowered the bolt down as much as I could and then zipped it off with the Sawzall. And that's just the bolt that holds all the fuel lines and stuff in. Next, what we're going to be doing is cutting the fuel lines, and part of them go out that way through the nozzle port up here. And the rest of them you pull out the other way. So before you cut anything though, you want to disconnect the line. And right up in here, there we go. Just a common or straight edge screwdriver, whichever you call it. Undo that, you can pull these lines apart. Probably going to try and wipe it down a little bit. It's one thing about this Jeep is it gets used a lot, and I like to keep a protective mud layer on it. Every time I work on it, it's just covered in mud. Okay, let's get to work. So trying to get the lines undone from the evap canister, a bit of a pain. Just gonna drop the evap canister and hopefully give us better access at it. So this is a 16 mil. Hand me my, where did I put those earplugs? Look at it. Thank you very much.
Lubed them up with 40 weight.
Yeah. Whew. All right, here we go. There we go. Yeah, that was it exactly. I had to be lubed up. Evap canister is out of the way.
Okay, now how do you pull this metal line that's in here still out?
Okay. Yes, that one here.
Where does it go?
Thank you. Of course.
Wrong size?
It's probably this size.
That's not the right size?
No,
Fits this one. Is it too small, too big?
it's too. That one's too big, and this one's too small.
Probably a 7.
Yep. Nice. Wires in the way here. Yay! Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Sawzall can't fix.
Yep. Truer words never spoken. What we're doing right now is we're going to undo this post here for the evap canister relocation kit. One goes on here, and then the other are self-tapping screws that go in that post back, or in that form back there.
It's tightened down onto there. Not too tight that we break it.
Sounds good. Okay, so right here you can see the evap canister. I've got the one nut holding on the other side loosely. Now we got 4 spots over here for self-tapping screws that come with the kit. They are an 8mm. Safety glasses on. There we go. Oh, there we go. This guy. Now, I'll make sure that's in there good and straight. Yep. Don't mind my airlines for the airbags getting in the way. All right. Here we go. Good. Gonna go around to the other side and tighten up that. All right, here's the new spot for the evap canister. Just above the rear diff, basically, right behind the old fuel tank. As you can see right here, you got the 2 nuts for the bracket for your emergency brake. Take those, it slides right in place, put it back on, and then you got the 4 self-tapping screws in the back, and that is not moving. That is in there solid. The stock lines that you disconnected earlier, just gently loop them around and they hook back up. They each of them are different sizes. They only connect to one spot. This one here, this is the line, the 42-inch, I think it was, that comes with the kit, and yeah, and the clamp. What was I going to say about this? Oh yes, the electrical connector. So it comes over here. You want to undo a couple of the zap straps holding it in place, and then it too, just feed it over top of everything and it'll plug right back in. Trying to keep everything up, tucked nice and neat up in there. Okay, so it's time to put together the fill port. These 2 fittings, we're going to start with here. They are different sizes, so you can't screw it up. So here we have some fuel-safe Teflon tape. They also recommend fuel-safe sealant. Okay.
And a metric wrench.
Nice. Hey, you even got me the right size wrench. Get another one out of her. Ugh. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, there's still more on it. So. Oh wow! Could you imagine? Holy crap! Thanks. Okay, Andrew just saved my ass here. Okay. Check inside your fittings for screws. That would have been horrible.
I wouldn't have vented it. It would have been horrible to
No,
film.
why is this not working? I would have been losing my mind.
When you put it down, I just noticed you're wrapping it the same way you just did.
Yep. Like I said, every single time.
For a second, I thought there was like a little check valve or something in it.
Yeah, when you first showed it to me, that's what I thought too. It would have been just my luck. Check them all out.
Grab you a bigger wrench too if you need.
Yeah, you got me the right size again. Nice. Direction is that one going? Kind of down a bit more.
Kind of on like a 20 degree kind of. Yeah, I think you're pretty close there.
Cool. Okay, so number one's done. Fit the 60-inch length of 16 mil hose and the 56-inch length of 8 mil hose to the new filler net. Okay, next, we're going to fit the fast fill vent end cap C to the 42-inch length from over there. Okay. I don't even know which way they're supposed to face.
Imagine.
Probably back.
That
That way, eh?
I doubt it. Probably goes
Or
crosswise
sideways.
or something. I don't
Sideways
know.
that way.
Which this is the back of the tank, right?
That's the front.
This is the front of the tank. That's the one that's up inside there. So yeah, you're gonna want it to face.
Yeah, gonna want it to face
you're
that
gonna
way.
want it to go that way.
All right. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, it is a little lower. Okay, so here's the tank in position. We're just using a transmission jack here to hold it up for now. You can see the heat shields there. We want them right sideways, so they're facing it. All right, this is whereabouts it's going to be. There's a cross member there. So we're going to mark where we're drilling in the front and rear, and then I'll be doing our mounting holes. Okay, I didn't record it. It takes a little bit of fandangling around here. But got this rubber line hooked up to the fill line. Again, heat, and we use this stuff here. You can use WD-40 or this stuff here, Cat's As. Just give a little spray on there and it slides right on really good. So we got all the lines are all hooked up to the evap canister. And the rest of the lines are ready to go to the tank. And then up here, this just kind of pops back in, and this is the new, what do you call it, gas cap that comes with the kit. So that's all put back together, and now we're ready to go back up, get underneath, and install the tank. We got to install the rest of this line, the fill line here. The thing we don't really talk about the instructions is this vent line right here that goes back there to the top of the stock tank. So all you got to do for that one is the new vent line coming in. Just cut off your old vent line and it's a perfect fit. It's a pretty tight fit. I put a little RTV inside there to make sure it's a good seal. Put them together, clamp it, good to go. Now we're ready to put the new tank up and in here. Sweet! Okay, so that it's not too bad. It's time consuming, very time consuming. Lots of little things. Sorry, my GoPro died, so I'm gonna kind of go over this now. It's all done. We just had to finish putting the Jeep back together. So let's see, it's best angle. Got the tank here in the back. Probably over this way. Okay, over here we got the fuel pump, and it's wired up. Evap canister in its new home. And then you got the wires going over to the sending unit and everything on the top of the tank. You can see the new filler line comes from the spout, comes down here, and it fills this tank, continues on, fills the main tank over there, stock tank. So yeah, that's how that system works. It's pretty intricate. It's well planned out. So as Andrew and I were just saying, you definitely get what you pay for. It's very well engineered. Now just gotta leak check it. All right. Okay, you're at the Patrikios. Gonna do a leak check. So don't fill it right to the top. Just gonna put about a few liters in it, 30 liters, and then see if anything's coming out the bottom here. Nope, no dripping. Nice. So good. Okay. Okay, so 20 liters in.
Limited series.
System was loud at first, but it's picked up fuel. We'll check all the other lines. Okay, it's transferring fuel through all the fuel lines from the auxiliary tank into the main tank. Still nothing dripping out of it. Good. Alright, well, leak check is done. Seems pretty good. Nothing was leaking. I'm going to fill it up now. Started with half a tank in my main tank, so let's see how much this is going to cost. It'll be about 1.5 tanks worth. Hey guys, Aaron here. So I was editing the video and I realized I kind of ended it abruptly and forgot to do the after action report. So a few things that I realized with this install is that one, you're definitely going to want 2 people. Makes it a lot easier. 2, this was a really long day. Trying to figure out some of the instructions and stuff, it'll say, well, remove this line. It doesn't tell you how, so there's a lot of kind of figuring out those little things. So all in all, it was probably about 7 hours to do the full install. You know, a couple breaks here and there. So yeah, it's I've been driving with it a few days. It's pretty. I've transferred 1 full tank of fuel over now, and it works pretty good. It does take a little while for the transfer to take place. You know, driving along, you get down, you see your needles down under 1/4 of a tank, you hit the button and keep on driving and it'll fill it back up. So I really like it, and I can't wait to get out on a long trip and use it. Still don't know how much it's going to cost to fill both tanks all together. Gas around here is at, last I saw, was $1.30 something a liter. So, you know, it all depends where you're at. And the Jeep holds 145 liters of fuel now. So yeah, pretty excited. Can't wait to get out and use it. So I hope this video was informative, helped you guys out. And yeah, take care. See you on the trail.